Welcome to Taj Michelle Ministries. I pray that everybody had a good weekend. I pray that everything was fine with you. And I thank you for supporting the channel. I thank you for coming to the channel. I thank you for liking and subscribing. I thank you for passing the word along. I thank you for your comments. I'm grateful for your comments, and I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. And I just really want to say a little something about what happened, what God showed me this weekend. I really want to just, tell you about this. But he gave me some scriptures, and the scriptures that your faithfulness. So, some of y'all, you don't have people to come up against you. We talked about this last week. And what God is telling me to tell you, we're gonna do some more arts and craft too. But probably do that one day this week. But anyway, I want to talk about this because he gave me this. And some of y'all been through, family, y'all been through trials and tribulation. We all been through that. And we've been through stuff where people, how can I say it? Where people have tried to put us down. And I'm gonna use an example of what I mean by that. What I mean by that is that sometimes people can't understand how you standing where you standing at. And the reason why they can't stand see where you standing at because see they don't they not walking with the spirit that you walking with. You walking with the Most High. Okay, know that He got all power in His hand. See, I don't know how people cannot fear a spirit that has all power in His hand. So what I'm saying is but they when they see you come from here to here, they don't understand. God gave me this and then they can't understand how you did it. But see, it was God that showed favor over you. Because see, when you was coming up, you might have been the black sheep of the family. You might have been the ones that they ignored and didn't pay no attention. You might have been the had a sibling that was jealous of you, a brother. I feel that a brother that is very jealous of you. Every time, if you know you got a brother. Now I don't know who this resonate with. Well, I'm gonna say this because this right here hit me this weekend. You know if you got a brother, and you know you've been feeling in your spirit. You feel in your spirit that your brother don't really care for you, but he always smiling in your face. But the reason why he's smiling in your face, because every relationship you get in, he probably, I'm telling you, he's sleeping with whoever you be with. So whoever you with. So whenever y'all have cookouts, or y'all have this, or y'all have that, that's why he smile at you because he making his well being to go behind your back and sleep with whoever you with. But see, God's gonna bless you with a woman that this particular woman that he bless you with, she gonna tell what he tried when he tried to come up to her. See, this is a different type of woman. She gonna tell. She gonna tell you a lot of stuff that you don't want, that you ain't gonna want to believe. But I'm here to tell you ahead of time that it's coming to reveal some stuff about your family that you didn't know. See, this is what God, He's in the season to expose you to, because I'm finna tell you. But because of your faithfulness, because they did you knew they did you wrong. You just couldn't put your hand on. You knew something was off, but you just couldn't put your hand on. And because of your faithfulness, and you passed. See, a life is really about passing tests. God gonna give you tests to let you know where you stand. He already know where you stand on. To let you know where you need work at. So if you know that you've been faithful and you've been people done put you down, people done put your name under the mud, and people done talked about you, which they talked about Jesus Christ. Yes, they did. But what I'm trying to tell you, they humiliated you. They made you look like you wasn't who you say you was. And sometimes God will bring exposure to us now. It's two sides to this. He'll bring exposure to us to make us understand that we need to straighten up in that area. We need to let some things go. We need to let some people go. Okay, so if I'm come to encourage you to let you know that if you've been in this season where they done came up against you more than one time, and they keep them and coming up against you for years and years, even your family members, even your co-workers, your brothers, your sisters. You knew something was off, but you just didn't know what it was. I'm here to tell you that you passed the tests. You prayed when they came against you, didn't retaliate. You prayed, and if you did retaliate, you asked God to forgive. You prayed about it. So if you ask God to forgive you, He is gonna forgive you. He has forgiven you. Okay, but He's gonna reward you for your faithfulness. And it's a song called "You Done All You Could," but you encouraged everybody else. But when you need encouragement for yourself, but see, they thought that you wasn't gonna make it. They really thought that you wasn't making it. See, I'm gonna tell you something about a test. I want to talk about this. Let me tell you about tests. Okay, a lot of people think, and I done heard this a lot of times because I used to do nursing, and I looking at the families and stuff, and I see how when a person gets sick, it either gonna draw a family together, it's gonna tear them apart. So this is what I when one family member gets sick, and they try to put everything on one family member, right, on one person. Okay, this is what I have found out from working, doing nursing and CNA and all that stuff that I did. So I'm looking and I'm looking at when because I would go in the homes. I worked in a nursing home when I was like 19 to maybe when I was 20, something like that, 21. And I moved on and I started working in people homes, and I would go in and I would work like that. So I used to just watch the family members and watch how they carry on when one person gets sick. And I noticed something. And like I said, it'll either break you or it'll make you strong. It'll bring you together, either it'll tear you apart. So I'm just here to just tell you that when when it comes to family, see, a lot of family don't understand this. When it's one caregiver and they done been there 2 and 3 years and did what they had to do, see, that's a test. See, God done that person that's caring for that person, they done passed the test. Now he's you say you a Christian. That's what they call themselves. They say they Christian, they say they religion, whatever religion that you in, where you believe in God. I'm put it that way. Okay. God is testing you to see if you're gonna help with their family member. To see if them other people gonna come in that call themselves know God so much. See, God help people. And they're gonna come in. See, the test ain't for that caregiver, it's for the people around them. See if they could get that understanding. You ever seen people when they go to a funeral, they all in the casket? That's because they did what they're supposed to do. Because see, God give you the chance while that person's sick now. There's no way in the world I got a family member I know that's sick and I'm going to visit them. And I don't ask to help do nothing with them. Because that's not of God. God don't operate like that. So what I'm here to tell you is sometimes the test is not for that person. The test is for you. To see what you gonna do. And I'm just sitting back and I'm looking at these family members and they fussing about the person ain't even there yet. They fussing about money, they fussing about land, they fussing about furniture, they fussing about everything. I'm just sitting in there just looking at them because I'm like, this is I'm in my mouth just fiberglass because I can't believe they in here fussing like this about materialistic stuff and this woman over here sitting up here done on a ventilator at home. So I'm like, you know, it just bothered me. But that's what I want you to know. If you in that situation and you've been caring for somebody and you've been doing what God asked you to do, either you've been doing what you need to do on your job, doing what you know you supposed to do that God has called you to do that's right with Him, then you know that you've been faithful, and for your faithfulness, He gonna bless you. Now that's the word I got, faithfulness. You've been you needed encouragement for yourself. You encouraged everybody else. You've been through a whole lot, but you did not waver. You did not, even though they talked about you, even though they said they put lies on you, said, see, a lot of people, this is what they'll do. They if they out there in okay, like if you like me, I used to be out there in the street. And I was out there. Okay, when I came in, people want to still categorize me in the street. But I know who I am. I don't let people validate who I am. I know who I am. I'm confident in who I am. Do I have good days? Yes. Do I have bad days? Yes. Do I have days that I feel sad? Yes. But I know it's somebody I can go to show me and make me go back down memory lane and tell me where I brought you from. Why are you sad? Look where I brought you from. And then I start to pick up in my spirit. Oh, that's the temptation of the devil. He's gonna tempt you. So anytime that you've been faithful and you know you've been doing what God called you to do, and everybody been working behind the scenes, behind your back, and you stay steadfast and you stay doing what God asked you to do, and you did exactly what He asked you to do according to His will and His way, and the things that you didn't understand, you prayed about, then you're gonna be blessed. You're gonna be blessed for your faithfulness. And the ones that family don't want to help them and don't want to come around and do anything for them, but they want that you know they're not helping you, but you know what? You keep doing what you're doing. Don't worry about nothing else. You keep doing what you're doing, because in due season you gonna reap what you sow. You sow good seeds, you're gonna reap them. So in due season, just know that you're gonna get what God has for you. You're gonna have a harvest. Okay, I want to tell you that. I had got so many downloads. I didn't write them all down, so I might be all over the place. But I got a lot of downloads this weekend. But I want you to understand that your faithfulness is on point with God, because he is rewarding the ones that, even though you could have retaliated on that family member, you could have said something, you could have argued with them, you could have did anything, but you know what? You took it to God, and that is what God wanted you to do. He wanted you to take it to Him. But for your faithfulness, you're gonna be rewarded, because when you needed to, I know when you needed to, I feel this in my spirit. When you needed to be encouraged, nobody was there to encourage you. When you was in that room crying, nobody was there. Nobody knew you was crying. Nobody knows what you see, because see, you that caretaker. They don't know what you go through. But they somewhere always trying to criticize your name and say stuff about you. And I ain't talking about, this is not every family. This is what I have experienced. And I see the caregivers that be in those houses with those family members, and they put those caregivers down so badly. I ain't talking about no particular family. I'm talking about the family that I have sat with. And I see how they put them down. And I see how they take them and drag them through the mud. How they talk about them. I'm telling you, when they're not there, I can see how they talk about them, how they sit back and say things about it. And I'm sitting there every day, and I'm seeing what this individual doing. I'm looking like, oh my God, why can't they say that? I see what she do. But that's what I'm telling you. That's what, if you've been, but that woman was faithful. She was faithful to that loved one. And see, God is going to bless you. Just keep doing what you got to do. You got people that want to keep you back in the past from where you used to be. Because, see, maybe she was a promiscuous woman, but she changed. And God tested her through a family member, and she passed the test. But because she was the way she used to be, they don't want to let it go. See, people want to put you in a place that you are no longer at no more. They want to keep you in a place that you no longer at no more. They want to keep you in a place where they don't understand how you made it from here to here, from here to here. But see, what they don't understand, see, you surrender. You worked on yourself. You ask God to heal your inner wounds. You ask God to work on you. You ask God to you kept praying and asking God to take the stuff off you that was on you. So when you ask God to do that, He made you. He made you whole little by little. You might not be all the way whole, but He made you whole little by little. And by you being whole little, being made little by little, He rises you up higher. But they want to say, she ain't get that overnight. She got to be doing witchcraft. You know why they think that you doing witchcraft? Because that's what they did to get to the top. They stepped over every Tom, Dick, and Harry they stepped on to get to the top. See, you sat there and you suffered for 40 years. And you wait on God to bring you your blessing. You ain't trying to step on nobody. But see, so many people think because you got to the top by God's mercy and grace, and by being obedient to Him, they think you did some kind of trickery, some kind of wizardry, some kind of this. No, God bless you because you know what you did. You surrendered to Him. You gave your life to Him. You let Him take all that garbage out of your spirit. And they want to say, "Oh, she must have did something. She did something," because that's what they do. They don't understand that God got all power in His hand. They don't even fear God. And how can you not feel somebody that got a spirit that got all power? He can wake you up or not wake you up in the morning. How can you not feel a spirit that got all power in His hand? I don't. It behooves me to understand how you don't understand that. How you don't fear a God like that. But my point is, they want to put you in the category that they in. They think they wizardry and they witchcraft and whatever they do and step over Tom, Dick, and Harry head just to get to the top. They want to put you in there when you are nowhere like that. You are a person that walk with God. You are a person that seek after God's own heart. You are a person that loves God. You are a person that loves yourself. See, they want to put you in that category. But they can't put you in that category because see, you didn't step over nobody's head to get where you were. You didn't go up on the moon and do what all they do, all the stuff that they claim they do up on the moon, because they seem to think that wizardry and that warlock is and that magic is more than what God can do for you. So they're going to always try to put you in a category that you don't belong. But long as you know who you are in Christ, long as you know what God called you to be, don't worry about what people think about you. I don't worry about what people think about me. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't even go check none of this stuff on here. I'm gonna just tell you the truth. You know what I do? I do these videos, do what God tell me to do, and keep it moving. I keep it moving, going to the next thing. I don't check none of this stuff. I might have somebody call and tell me stuff. Say, I say God is in control, because I ain't got time. See, I'm at the point in my life right now. I ain't got time for no foolishness. I ain't got time for it. I really don't have time for it. I'm not gonna put up with no foolishness. I'm not gonna try to change nothing I can't work that I don't know nothing about. Only thing I can do is do what God asked me to do, and I let Him take care of the rest. And He evens it out every time. So only thing you need to do is keep doing what you're doing, being faithful. But because of your faithfulness, and because when you was crying in that with that loved one, because I done seen them in there. I had walked in on them, they was crying because they don't understand why their family doing so bad. They don't want, and you know what? But who's me with it? They the only ones that doing anything, but they always got something to say. Why they always got something to say and they ain't doing that? I used to work extra just to help the woman. I feel sorry for her. I wasn't getting paid for it, but no, I feel sorry for the woman who was struggling. So you understand what I'm saying? When a person is going through something and you be faithful and do what you have to do, it's not easy dealing with a sick family member. You believe me, I know it's not easy. But when God is with you, who can be against you? So what I want you to understand is for your faithfulness, God told me it's your time. It's your time. That's what hit my spirit. It's your time. It is your time. It's your time because you passed the test. You did your best. So if you did your best and you passed the test, it's your time for your faithfulness. And that is what God has given me in my spirit. It is your time because of your faithfulness, because of your endurance, because of when they came up against you, because when they came and just looked at you, didn't ask you, did you need no help? When they came and they just they just want to put your name in the mud for what you used to be. You not that person no more. You somebody totally different. But they don't want to count. They don't want to give you the glory and the category for that you changed and turned your life around. They want to keep you back in that past so they can have something to talk about because they don't have no peace with themselves. They see a peace over whoever you is. So I'm just here to say thank you, Lord. He said thank you for your faithfulness. He said thank you for your faithfulness because see, he tested you. That loved one needed you. Y'all might have not had peace in one particular time, but God got a way of bringing family. I told you he'll bring family together or he'll bring them apart. So I want you to understand that when God is in the middle of something, he gonna bring peace in it. Now it might not be peace while they living, but it may sometimes it come while they living. But it's gonna be peace. He's a God that brings stuff together. So you just understand that you just stand your ground and you just keep believing who you are. And I don't know who this for, and just believe that for your faithfulness, it's your time. It is your time. If you stood in that place and you stood up for what you knew or whatever place you at and you stood up for what you thought, what you knew was right within God, it's your time. Because you did with God. You took a stand. See, if you took a stand in a situation that you knew was right, and you took a stand in it, and you knew that you were standing for the name of Jesus, and you knew because of the righteousness of God that you couldn't let certain stuff go on, or you had to endure certain stuff. You didn't say that you took it to God and prayed about it. It's your time. It's your time for your faithfulness. For your faithfulness. If I'm encouraging you, if it's anything that God is calling you to do, and you feel like you don't have the courage to do it, just ask God to give you the courage to do it. He will give you the courage to do what you need to get done. I thank God for my life. I didn't always thank God for my life, but I thank God for my life now. I thank Him that I used to be so sick, didn't understand because of my sickness how precious life is. Because the only thing I wanted to do was die because I was in so much pain because they didn't know what was wrong with me. You know, and people call me all the time, and they always ask me, can you give me your doctor you got? Cause they say I ain't gonna make it. I say, but you God got the last say so and everything. See, you gotta understand who you serve. You gotta know who you serve. A lot of people say they know God, but you got to have a personal relationship with God. See, God will allow sickness to come over your body so you can get to know Him. It's not that He gonna let you die. He just wants you to just come to Him. Come to Him. But see, they think I got they think I got healed. I made it through the sickness I was in because of the doctor I had. Yeah, he gave me the doctor, but it was God that kept me alive when I couldn't even find the right doctor. It was Jesus and God that helped me to come, and he gave healing over my body when my body wanted to stop. It when the doctors didn't have no man, I didn't even have the right doctor. See, that's why you gotta have a personal relationship with Him. That's why you got to know who you serve. You got to listen. I say everything you wake up with, it starts with a thought. You got to think about that thought. If you can make that thought bad, or you can make that thought good. You can make that. You can sabotage it, or you can go out there. You can act on it. So you got to when you get up in the morning, God give you a thought, and that thought could be okay. Somebody might call you today, that day, that morning, and say, "Can you take me such and such, such and such?" That might be your blessing right there for that day. Somebody said, well, now I'm saying people that just beg all the time, but you got to know when God's speaking to you. You got to know when God tell you to help somebody, when God tell you to let something go. You got to know when it's time to let something go. You got to know when it's time to move. That's what I was talking about. It's a shift in the spirit. God will do a shift in the spirit, and He'll show you. Okay, I want you to go and help that person right there. See, it start with a thought. He'll get up in, and sometimes He'll get up in the morning and tell you, this is what I want you to do today. And you can either I'm gonna get you with this one. He might say, the day I want you to get up and I want you to apologize to somebody. And that's a thought. That's a thought. And if you don't feel like you need to apologize to that person, now God has already told you that you need to. But you feel like in your mind and in your heart and in your spirit, see God go by your heart. That it's not that you might not want to do it. Your ego may not let you do it. See, that's why you got to drop all your ego. When He say faithfulness, that means that you done endured some stuff. You done let some stuff go. You done got to a place where it's just you and God. When you get to that place, you have to surrender to Him. You have to let that thing go. And you have to bow down to Him and say, Lord, everything around me is against me. Ain't nothing for me but you. And you just know that within your spirit. You know that they ain't for you. You know that they don't mean you no good. I don't care if it's family or not. I done seen them. I done walked in on them on their knees crying and begging for God to just help them. So I know what people go through because I done seen it more than one time. And it's a shame how we act as people. And I ain't talking about just this race. Ain't just a race. It's a lot of races. And I'm just here to tell you that we should not act like that as family. As family, we should come together and we should come for the right reason. We shouldn't come together and want to destroy because see God is peace. And he like to have peaceful situation. He don't like to have stuff in an uproar. And I can't stand to be around nothing that is not in order with me. It got to be in order with me. It ain't gonna work right with me. So I'm here to tell you before your faithfulness. Because you endured the pain that those people caused you. You endured the shame that they call you, the way they talked about you. They want you to feel bad about your past. But when people talk about you, keep your head up. And know sometimes it's hard. It's easier said than done. Keep your head up. Keep yourself in a place where you know that God has put you at. And you got to have confidence in yourself to know who you are. And you can't let people justify your past for where you are now. Because, see, they'll say, okay, this is how she had to do this, she had to do that. Because that's what they did. They did that to get to the top. So they assume that's what you did because they're not walking with the same Holy Spirit that you walking with. So they're going to easily say, okay, yeah, you did something like this. You did this. She had to do that. It happened overnight. They don't understand that God, he can move stuff in a day. His one day, his 10 years to us is one day. So he don't work like we work. So this is what they don't understand, that when God is a spirit, and when a spirit moves, it can move whichever way He want to move. He can do it the way He wants to. You could just be talking to somebody, If you think I'm kidding, the spirit don't move like that. You could be talking to somebody 2 hours ago, and the next 2 hours they dead. That's how quick the spirit could shift. That's what I'm trying to tell you, how the spirit will shift just that quick. In an hour, they could be gone. In an hour, they could be in a bad car. You be like, I just talked to them. I just said, a shifting of the spirit. That's what I tell you. That's why I say you have to be, when he say move, you got to know how to shift when he say move. Because he will shift something. When he say pray, you need to pray, because it could be your only family member that you praying for that could save their life. When he say pray, if he say pull that car over and pray, you got to be able to move with the shift of the spirit. And for your faithfulness, that's faithfulness. That you doing what God asked you. When you shifting like that, and you enduring with all the prosecution, you ain't mad about it, you not upset about it, you know who you are in Christ, you know what God called you to be. Guess what? You just defeated the devil. Because you ain't worried about it. They might slander your name, but see, you already justify who you are. You confident that you ain't like that. You confident you ain't no whore, no slut no more. You confident you don't came out of it. Your past don't justify your future. It's just a testimony. That's all your past is a testimony. It's a testimony of what you've been through. It don't justify your future. It don't justify your past. Don't justify who you are now. God will give you the justification of who you are. He just wants you to be confident in yourself. When you don't feel like you feel like the world is against you, think about what he brought you from. Think about that car accident you was in. It's something that he delivered you from. That you know you should have been dead and gone. You knew the enemy had you tied up, but he sent something, somebody, him himself came and saved you and brought you out of there. He sent his angels to bring you out. So you know within yourself that he did something for you. He said faithfulness. For your faithfulness, all you endure, it's your time. You're going to reap the harvest of the seeds that you have sown. If you sown good seeds, you're going to harvest them. In this season, this is the season right here that you're going to harvest them. That people going to start to recognize you. They're going to start to put you up in a place to take you to another level, to take you to a whole nother place in life. To take you to a whole nother place, and that somebody gonna recognize you and gonna take you higher in whatever he calling you to do in life, whatever your purpose is. Somebody gonna recognize you. Somebody gonna pick you out of 1,000 people, and they gonna see. Hold on, y'all. Just wait a minute. Yeah, let me call you right back. Okay. Just know that he gonna pick you out of a season. He gonna pick you out of a place that where you at now is not where you gonna stay at. Because see, your faithfulness is what's gonna move you in God. Long as you be faithful to him, and you endure some of the stuff that people tell you. I ain't telling you gotta let people run over you. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying your faithfulness of doing what he called you to do. Sometimes you got to know when to talk. Sometimes you got to know when to be quiet. Sometimes you got to just sit back and let God handle. Sometimes you want to go after them because they can come off you in the wrong way, and you feel like you got a point to prove. But sometimes it ain't meant for you to do that. You got to know when and where and how and which way you need to go. See, when they come up against me, I'll be like, Lord, show me what I need to do, because this, you know what I want to do. And he'll be like, Tasha, I got you. I got you. Don't worry about it. So just know, for your faithfulness, I'm gonna let it go right here. For your faithfulness, it's your time. You done passed the test. You done been through all the initiation that you need to go through in this sickness or whatever situation you had on your job. God gonna either remove you or move you high to a higher level. But he gonna move you away from the people that cause you conflict. But this is what I want you to know, for your faithfulness. And for all you endure, this is your season. This is your time. You passed your test. And God gave me that. Your faithfulness. It's a song about that too. Your faithfulness. You pass your test. And I'm going to go with that. And I thank God for each and every one of you. I thank you for liking and subscribing. I thank you for coming to the channel. I thank you. I thank you, thank you, thank you. And I love each and every one of you. And keep yourself in high vibration. Keep yourself, love yourself. And trust God in every situation that you are in. And until next time, bye. And I love y'all.